So dear student, what we have seen was really amazing, isn't it, right? I believe you have enjoyed watching that clip and you have enjoyed the beauty and love of the squirrel. So good morning dear students, I'm Ajay Kumar, your English teacher, and I'm going to teach you today the Squirrel, chapter number 2, written by Mildred Browns Armstrong. Mildred Bowers Armstrong. And it is of class 7 NCERT English book. Well, I'm going to go ahead and explain you the poem. It's a beautiful and very short poem for you students out there. There's a myriad poetic device used in this poem, like we can see the repetition of vowels and consonants. Okay, and dear student, if I tell you in the real, then it really explains in correct manner that how a child looks at the squirrel, like the things was observed by the poet itself when he was sitting in any garden where he met the squirrel, where he saw the squirrel. So the poem starts with the beautiful line. Let me read for you. He wore a question mark for tail. If you have seen any squirrel, then you have definitely seen its tail. And yes, here the poet is talking about that tail in such a way or manner that it shapes like a question mark. Okay, so to satisfy this line, let me go ahead and show you with the help of magic pen that about what question mark the poet is talking about. We can see that how a question mark tail angle is formed here. Okay, and so that it is exactly what a notion that a poet can see from a tail, that what type of question mark, how the beautifully it angles are made, and it looks very pretty. Now the second line we can see, let me, an overcoat of gray. So if you see the squirrel body, dear student, then you will find that it is beautifully gray in color, right? We have seen it in the clip also, video also. Well, I had a pet once. I had a pet once, and yes, I still remember it. It had a body so beautifully and furry, and the fur is basically gray in the color. Right? That is what here the poet has called the fur as a gray overcoat. That means which covers the whole body. Okay, so whole body is colored in a gray. That's why the poet is calling an overcoat of gray. Now the third line, he sat up straight to eat a nut. So dear student, have you ever seen a squirrel sitting? Yes, exactly. We are talking about the same. Like we can see here, it is sitting, right? So if you have seen any squirrel eating nut, then you might have observed that instead of standing on 4 legs, it stands on 2 legs, posturing the tail like a question mark, like doing balance, and with so love, with the help of two tiny hands, like what we can see, if we can see the tiny hands. Yes, this one, how lovely it looks like, right? It eats the nut exactly. We eat our like exactly as we eat our corns, right? So that is the way a squirrel has been represented here. Now in the next line you can see, he liked to tease and play, and if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. So suppose if you are going through any garden, you are passing through any garden, and if you saw any squirrel, a very beautiful squirrel sorry, on any tree eating, or like playing with the other squirrel, what do you do? I believe if I was there, if I'm there, I mean, if I'm you, then I would like to tease that. I would like to play with that. So I think most of you will do the same. So when we are going near that squirrel, what it is happening, like the squirrel is getting scared of us and running from there either and thither in different directions. Like sometime even the squirrels love to play with the kids, small kids. Like if that kid is alone, if there's no gathering, there's no such crowd, then itself the squirrel loves to play with that. And if you move towards the squirrel, it is running away in other direction. So these are the this poem is totally based on the like experience of the poet Mildred Bowers Armstrong, because sir was sitting one day in garden and he observed these all beautiful things which he has written in this poem. So the poem ends here, and we'll meet next day. So till then, bye and take care. Thank you.